Took me a little bit too long, guys, but here I am. Update video. Hell, I don't remember what number. But we've got the Rmax4 out again. It's a really nice day. We had the bad tornado weather come through. Luckily, we didn't get anything here really other than some rain in the morning. We didn't really even see any wind. But prayers out to the Alabama residents that got hit really hard. I work in that area during the week, and luckily my rotation off was this weekend, so I didn't have to deal with any of that. Again, just grateful. But here is the Rmax. I think this is the 5th or 6th video I've done, besides the initial ones about the transmission failure. Done a couple of things. I've talked about all that on the videos. The only thing that we haven't updated you on is the windshield. This is the EMP or Extreme Metal Products DOT glass windshield with the manual wiper. I ordered this thing a while ago. They back ordered it, unfortunately, because it was so popular. But I did get it, and we did put it on. Pretty easy install. I'll walk you through a little bit of that real quick. I think it turned out pretty good. It makes it look very car-like, in my opinion. Some people have voiced their opinion on the glass being too small and hindering your vision. I'll show you a shot from the inside. I can tell you from running it wide open down our gravel road out here that it's not a problem. I don't see any issues with it. I went through some really high angle ditches a minute ago to make sure my corner visibility would be okay, and it didn't bother me at all. Glass is super clear. It's DOT glass. I would expect nothing less. They designed this dude to sit down in that channel. You do have to pop off your hood. Again, guys, if you haven't done this yet, these guys right here are very easy to break. I've already bought 2 extra ones from Yamaha because we broke the ears off of one already. So when you're putting these on, make sure that you have your hood all the way down, because when you turn it, if these are not down in the hole, just put some pressure down on it. You will break them off. Then your hood's gonna rattle up and down going down the highway. So the windshield. The instructions are not the best. Let me get a little close view of the pollen. That's what we're dealing with right now. No, she's not clean. She's been sitting all week, but I bought it to use it. There's me getting sidetracked. Instructions are a little off. When I opened mine up, the bolt bag was cut somehow. I'm not exactly sure. And all of my hardware and screws and stuff were scattered all in the box. I was actually missing one of these bolts. We have a large bolt bin here. We work on stuff all the time, so we had one that would work. But I didn't have the right bolt or the right nut. So we just got some stuff that would work. They send these standard clamps. The upper part of the windshield was a little better thought out. See if I can get this in here. We got these brackets that go through the hole in your gusset on the roll bar. But once you set it in there, I will tell you that I did have to unbolt. I had to unbolt the roof here. And I didn't take them all the way off. I unbolted one side and loosened the rear and the center and both sides, and just had somebody help me pick the roof up, and it went right in there. It's a pretty snug fit. Again, all you have to do, use their clamps on the bottom, then you put this one through here and use their supplied brackets. I'm guessing that you could probably use another bolt. I'm not sure why that's there. Didn't need it. Couple of items I'd address. These clamps are, there's nothing wrong with these clamps. They could have done better with that. These are just some standard old tube clamps. Nothing special there. Nothing wrong with them. And they don't look the best. But that's not something that bothers me. But I could see where people would complain about that. They did not send enough of these fender washers. I don't have one up here. I could have went and got some. But I got to look in here, and there's no way that it would have fit there anyway. Not real concerned. So we've got black hardware everywhere, but they send, looks like a stainless hex head bolt for this. Would have liked to have seen that black. But on the flip side of that, I would imagine over time these are going to rust, and that will not. So half a dozen, one or the other. Again, on this side, clamp. I didn't get that one on there just perfect, but who cares? There's that. It had a little rubber tit to go on that one. They didn't send one for the other side. You can see this is the factory Nordlock, or not Nordlock, lock nut that they sent with it. But I didn't have one for the other side because I couldn't find it. The glass is sealed in here with this rubber very nicely. I like it. You do have to put on your lower, it's just standard like industrial, I don't think you see it in there, industrial trim. That helps seal everything off. Get you guys a shot from the front. I think it looks really good. If I'm being completely honest, if I was to go back and do it again, I would probably not order the wiper. I don't really think it's necessary. To me, it's just something that's going to start to fall down later. I may take it out and just plug that hole with a bolt. I would wipe it for you, but it's got pollen all over the windshield. I don't want to mess with it. So you've got your manual arm right there. I have it oriented right here by the mirror, so it's out of my line of sight. Let's see if I can get it to zoom. It does not hit the mirror when I've got my hand on it. It's not really hitting the mirror either. I'm not too upset about that, but there's really nothing up here to catch this wiper. As you can see, it's just sitting there. The spring tension's got it held up, and I've got it as high as it can go without hitting the trim there. But I could see over time, if the spring tension in that arm gets weak, it could start to fall down as you hit bumps coming down your windshield. And if it starts to do that, I'm just going to take it off. I'll probably keep some Windex and some good paper towels. Maybe get a squeegee. And when you're riding, these things got plenty of space in them to store stuff. I'll just squeegee it off, spray with some Windex, wipe it off. I could see when it's actually raining, that wiper coming in handy, I guess. But my dad had a really good point. You could Rmax the hell out of this thing and you wouldn't need that either. So we'll see how that goes later on. I haven't ridden it in the rain. I actually have not ridden the machine anywhere other than around in the yard since I got it on here. But quick update on the machine. Let's get in here. I'll show you the inside view with the windshield, and we'll look at the hours. You could see the pollen here. Well, that wasn't very indicative, was it? It's pretty thick. Pollen sticks to these seats pretty bad. But this is holding the phone right up in front of my face, so you can kind of see what I'm looking at here. So there's your mirror. So that should tell you what the windshield wiper's doing. That mirror, when I'm driving this machine, is not in my view unless I look up at it. Same thing with the wiper. When I'm looking forward, I can certainly see the wiper up there if I focus on it, but it's not hindering my vision at all. If you look at the A-pillar here, you've only got up here at the top, like I can't even get my finger in there without touching the roll bar or the rubber. It's a little bit more down here at the bottom, but guys, it doesn't block your vision at all. No more than it would in a vehicle. I can see plenty. The windshield looks fairly flat, but it appears to me that it does have a little bit of curve to it. It's very little, but it does have some. You got your vents down here. I, for whatever reason, thought these things slid, but apparently they do not. Let's see if I can get that done. I can tell you that I'm not sure how we got that on here, but now that I'm looking at it, the knob is actually hitting the dash, so that's not a very good fit. But you would need to spin that dude off of there and actually pull the vent out. There's no sliding. So that's not ideal to have to take that off. It's not like it would take a long time. If it was on a ride where I thought I needed it, you could just pop them off of there. But that is certainly not a reach up there and spin off kind of dude. See if I can get this back on here. Bear with me, guys. I could see if somebody's not careful with that right there, that if somebody gets in there and gets a little crazy with it, they could cross thread their knob and then they're screwed. So be careful with that. All right, quick update on the machine itself. We are at pollen. I just wiped this off. It's already got pollen on it. We are at 286 miles with 22 hours on it. Should be getting pretty close to the break-in period being over. And I can tell you right now, full disclosure, I am not taking it easy one bit. I ride this thing like I've had it for 2 years. That's the way I'm going to continue to ride it. If it breaks, then it breaks. But I'm to the point that thing's been hot and we've heat cycled it and I've ridden it, and it's on now, I guess you could say. I'm not going to baby the thing. That's it, guys. I'm still waiting on my tires. I guess we can thank COVID for that. I am still going to sell the wheels and tires that are on this machine. They would be fantastic for somebody that's running a lot of trails and mud, but I am not. You can see we live out here in the sticks on a giant plot of land that's nothing but gravel road access. And I don't need the mud tires, and these are not overly aggressive, but gravel roads will just chew these things to pieces. I can already see where they're wearing these a little bit with only less, around 300 miles on them, less than 300 miles on them. They are fantastic in the little bit of mud that I've put them in. I've had no trouble whatsoever. Now, I have not buried this machine, so I can't speculate on what they're going to do if you try to mar one up. I'm not going to do that anyway. But again, going with those black wheels I showed in the earlier videos, and I'm going to go with the KM3 BFG mud grips, the DOT mud grips. All right, guys. Oh yeah, right here. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not, but there's a little bit of a vibration. It's coming from your bolt here on your tailgate. And all I'm going to do, you can hear it when it's idling. It's pretty annoying. But what I'm going to do is put some heat shrink on that and just shut it. It should cut its own groove in there. There we go. Now that I do that and notice this, I think this noise is coming from the bottom. There's not a whole lot I can do about that, but a lot of slack there. That's a little ridiculous. See if it does it on this side. It does. So I don't know how that is actually attached in there. Something I can look into and get back to you guys. Well, if I didn't waste my time on the heat shrink, I don't think that's going to do anything. I did get the block off plates that go in here. And like I mentioned before, they plug this hole off. But the more I ride it, the more I realize it just doesn't get anything in there. I mean, I've been riding this thing down a mucky road, and there's nothing on those electronics, and that block off doesn't cover that. So I don't know that I'm going to worry about it, guys. I'm not going to stick those things in there because if it does get crap back there, you're not going to be able to wash it out. All right. You guys have any questions, shoot me a message. I'll be glad to answer them. Appreciate it.